What up? What up? What up? Rec League Podcast, man, episode 26. My name is Randy Little. Like I said, I don't know, like a dozen episodes ago, man. I am horrible at introducing myself. If you watching, if you listening, you most likely know me. And if not, welcome. You know what I mean? Going through the analytics a couple episodes back, man. Like regularly got listeners, viewers for all I know, because I couldn't get into the YouTube analytics in the UK, in Ireland, man. Tell your friends about the show, man. Spread the word, get the viewership and the audience up, cause it's appreciated. Um, on the episode today, this week, episode 26, man. It's kind of like the movie segment is kind of just organized chaos. My guy Eric Sigmund come in, my guy Nick Goodman come in, and we talk a little Rambo. We talk a little comic book movies, of course. You know, Marvel, X-Men casting. We fan cast a little bit. DCEU. We start on that Birds of Prey poster that came out that I thought was better than that teaser trailer was, and then it's kind of like we just talking, just movie nerds talking movies. It's pretty fun. As if you haven't noticed, if you're new to the show, the movie segment is basically the meat. You know what I mean? The intro, sports, movie, music. That's like the bun, and the actual burger is the movies. And for sports, I'm gonna talk about the first couple weeks in the NFL season. And then for hip hop, I want to talk about that Common. I want to talk about that Joell Ortiz. And before that, I got some bars. Um, and as far as what came out to the theater since my last episode, you got the Goldfinch, Nicole Kidman. I think Ansel Elgort is in that. Hustlers with Constance Wu, Jennifer Lopez. That review is on my Randy Little YouTube channel. And then Downton Abbey just came out. Ad Astra just came out. And Rambo Last Blood just came out. Ad Astra, Rambo, those reviews are also on my page. What's coming out in between episodes, between tonight and my next episode, Abominable, the new Yeti DreamWorks animated release comes out. And then Joker finally comes out. Like, the hype is over. Joker is finally about to get released. Recently released in between episodes on Blu-ray and or DVD and or your format of choice, the live action Aladdin, Guy Ritchie, Will Smith, Naomi Scott, The Dead Don't Die, that zombie movie with Adam Driver and Bill Murray. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to watch it sometime in October. That was definitely a blind buy. John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum came out, one of my favorite movies all year. Dark Phoenix came out in that super ugly Disney multi-screen format packaging, which every Fox movie that comes out from now on is going to have that Disney packaging on it. It's so ugly. Supergirl Season 4 also came out. This Tuesday and the Tuesday before the next episode, you got Anna, that the Luc Besson action movie that came out in June, the Child's Play remake. The two Major League sequels are getting Blu-ray upgrades this week. Major League 2, Major League Back to the Minors. The Shaft sequel / reboot also comes out. Danny Boyle's Yesterday comes out. Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 comes out this week. On October 1st, Addams Family and Addams Family Values. Well, Addams Family Values is finally coming out on Blu-ray. And then Addams Family is also coming out. There's a combo pack, but they're also getting like separate individual releases, which is dope. Because I'm gonna at the very least grab Addams Family Values. Spider-Man Far From Home comes out on Blu-ray on the 1st, and then Doom Patrol, the DC Universe series Doom Patrol, comes out on Blu-ray as well. And right quick, I'm gonna hit them Twitter questions, the Twitter poll questions. There weren't that many. I just did two. I just did two for this 2-week stretch, man. I said, with Ad Astra coming out this weekend, what's your favorite astronaut related movie? And My hashtags were Apollo 13, Armageddon, Moon, Planet 51, Gravity, Interstellar, The Martian, and First Man. My choices were Gravity, Interstellar, The Martian, and First Man. And winning this with 42% is Interstellar. Love Interstellar. Not my favorite astronaut movie, but I love Interstellar. The Martian gets 33%, Gravity 17, First Man 8. I thought First Man was gonna get more. And then Rambo Last Blood came out, so I ask, which is the more iconic Sylvester Stallone character, Rocky, Rambo? Rocky wins this by a landslide, 82% to Rambo's 18. Can't hate on anybody who picked either one, man. So I feel like there's something else I wanted to say, but I also feel like it's time for me to flip this and come back and talk some movies, man. It's Rec League Podcast, man. We the Walmart of podcasts. Not your first choice, but we got a little bit of everything. And we got movies now. I said at the top of the show, even though this pre-recorded and all that, I ain't said at the top of the show yet, that we really just winging it today. We just chopping up like what we talk about in the group chat. First thing I want to talk about is the rumor that the MCU might be going non-white actors of color for the X-Men, Magneto, Professor X. Anybody knows Professor X, Magneto is based on Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and I saw like one like fan cast suggestion, Denzel is Magneto. I don't need no other suggestions. I'm so like that would be perfect casting, and I'm more trying to be funny than trying to be serious. But just get David Oyelowo for Professor X. He played Martin Luther King. Get him as Professor X. Who would y'all see as Professor X and Magneto? If you say white people, I might hang up on you.
It's like Scarlett Johansson, Professor X.
But you know what, Randy? Surprisingly, a lot of people, and I was going through one of the bigger one of the bigger Instagram movie pages.
Real Cinematics.
Somebody did a questionnaire about that. Oh, what do you think about the rumor? And a lot of people actually don't know that fact. That which is crazy, that Magneto and Professor X are based on Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King. And a lot of people in those comments were
ignorance came out,
butthurt. And you can see the user was G Reels, and you could tell he was deleting a lot of comments, which is terrible.
But not surprising in 2019. You guys there?
Yeah. Easily attainable about find out the basis, but anyway, yeah, Denzel, you can't really beat that casting. That's in my opinion.
That's like top of the list. Like you're just like, well, I feel like for any role, it's like, well, yeah. Well, Denzel.
Scarlett's not available. Call Denzel.
Yeah, Scarlett can't do it. You get two-time Academy Award.
Yeah, it'll be one of the rare moments. If indeed it happens, it's obviously a fresh rumor. It'll be one of the rare movies where he'd be the villain.
Yeah, like that too. Like that's so dope when an actor traditionally plays a hero, but then you got your Training Day. I'm not saying Magneto's gonna win him an Oscar, but it's still real dope.
Yeah.
And then in his mind, like everybody knows, Magneto doesn't see himself as a villain.
Right. And that's the thing. He wants the best for his people, but his ideology is different than Professor X. And what else? American Gangster, Denzel. That's probably two only movies where he played the villain. And I think Professor X is a little more open actor wise.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh no.
I really don't know. That's why like I trust Feige, so like I'm not going to like raise a stink about whoever gets cast. I can't think of anybody to be Professor X.
And
I'm the same age.
Yeah.
I don't know who do y'all. I'm having a kind of stuck with the Professor X cast and David Oello. I mean, it's the age thing that I don't know if they want to have the actors be around the same age or it doesn't matter. But that is a nice piece of casting.
I mean, they should be, because any X-Men lore that I've watched, read, they've always been around the same age. They've had this history, and so they should be. I don't know exactly how Denzel is, but
I think Denzel is probably early mid-60s.
Okay,
but another, I guess you could throw in just for the hell of it in the Professor X hat as Idris Elba. He's already British.
I could see Idris being him dog and Professor X.
And
Terry Crews.
There you go.
He's bald actors.
He's already bald.
Yeah, Terry Crews. It's like, I don't know. The only thing to me, because I read like some of those comments, you just always have people immediately are like, wow, they're trying to ruin the X-Men. And it's like, how? How is going to ruin the X-Men? The only thing to me that I saw some people bring up that I was like, is like they would have to change like the backstory.
Yeah, he comes
Magneto. At least
Denzel couldn't be a Jew,
but like probably they would. But I'm like, that's okay. I feel like it's not hard to do.
And then again, we're assuming.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
yeah. Kevin Feige might have actors in the back of his head that he's just like laughing at us. Oh, right. Denzel. I've got bigger plans for Denzel.
Right. We always, it's naturally fans of Hollywood. We go for the bigger names, and with that, we're assuming that he is going to go for the older characters, which is unclear. He could go the younger route, just rebooting it all the way from the beginning, like what's that, First Class or whatever.
Yeah, and going
younger,
and like we're supposedly still like 3, 4, 5 years away from this movie even come out. Like, how old would the rumored actors be then?
Right. Yeah. So that's all it is. It's a fresh rumor, interesting one.
Yeah.
But man, everybody's knee-jerk reactions is crazy to me. Unless it's like Shang-Chi where like your ethnicity is established. Or it's like Black Panther. There's really no wiggle room. I really don't care. Like, I remember the big stink when Michael B. Jordan was Human Torch. Just, who cares?
Yeah.
It was like, because it was just so easily explained. They were like, they're supposed to be brother and sister. Like, how are they even? I was like, I feel like they'll explain it in one thing. Like, oh, that's your adopted brother.
Kate Mara was adopted.
Yeah. That's
sure enough.
Did you ever see that movie, Thank You for Smoking? Where they're smoking, he's like, oh, we'll just fix it. Thank God we have the whatever device. Like, that's what I thought. I was like, they're just going to fix it with one line. And they did. I was like, that was like the maybe like 8th thing that was wrong with that movie.
Right.
Like, that didn't even register with me.
The Thing didn't wear pants.
Do what?
So the Thing didn't wear pants.
Yeah. Wow, that's funny.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff happening in the MCU. And that's old Rumorville.
As much as I love the MCU, my favorite franchise and whatnot, I'm kind of relieved we're getting a little bit of a break.
Yeah, things are starting to look real DC over there right now with all the like rumor alert, and it's like, chill. Like that's what DC does, and they're just like, rumor. We want to make a Joker movie. We want to make a Harley movie. We make a Joker and Harley movie, and it's like,
oh dude, that was the worst.
Chill.
Right after Suicide Squad, all the breaking news, like what was it? Like the end of 2016, DC just we're doing all these movies. They have no direction.
Hope you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
But
getting a lot better. But the MCU or Marvel Studios, they don't want to have superhero fatigue. I like how they're slowing it down a bit.
I'm gonna use that as a segue though, just to talk about that Birds of Prey poster real quick. Came out
all the
looks cool, colorful. I don't know if a lot of 2019 people get it.
That's a good point.
It reminds me of Roger Rabbit when the refrigerator fell on his head.
Yeah, with the was the stars or the birds going around his head.
Oh yeah, like the producer in Roger Rabbit he saw the wrong thing, right?
Yeah, he wanted stars, but he gave birds or something.
Yeah, and that's like whatever, like Harley got hit in the head. And see, that leads me to think that this movie just might be all in her head. That'd be kind of cool.
That's a good analysis for the poster. And the thing that's bothering me is, it's not bothering me, but it's just a question, like, who asked for this movie?
Margot Robbie.
Right. Yeah, Margot Robbie and her contract.
It's just so random. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm glad, Warner Brothers with the DCEU is going a different, because it's very interesting. Is that going to be connected to? Because the Suicide Squad, James Gunn's movie, it's supposed to be a soft reboot.
Yeah, she's in that too. Like four characters are coming back for that one.
But it is a sequel. Like it's like they changed their mind. They were like, "Well, Will Smith isn't out,
right?
He's just not going to be in this one." And it's like, okay.
Yeah, the girl from A Wrinkle in Time is supposed to be Idra's daughter, which sounds exactly like Deadshot. Now that I think about it. But yeah, they haven't announced his character, so I don't know if he's gonna be like Bronze Tiger or who.
But if it's anybody, who could fix that anything in the DCEU, I mean James Gunn, that's probably one of the best hires that they've.
I still feel like Man of Steel is my favorite DCEU movie, and I'll go to bat for Batman vs Superman until I'm blue in the face. But James Gunn making a DC movie instantly puts The Suicide Squad as a top 3 DC movie.
Yeah.
And then the director of It is attached to The Flash, so that gives me hope there, but directors don't really stay attached to The Flash.
Right.
You know he's not attached to The Flash. That's never getting made. That's not happening.
Yeah.
The
thing that's terrible.
Flash movie, like a Flashpoint movie for 30 seconds.
Right.
Because even Jeffrey Dean Morgan name dropped. He was like, "Oh, I would love to do that."
Yeah, play Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
that'd be so perfect."
Do this. It just didn't.
But I don't know why. That was probably still stemming from the Zack Snyder storyline of Justice League, and that's probably one of the reasons why they dropped it. Which is just
I think so much of it, what was stacked up, was assuming that Justice League was going to just be this monster hit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody saw that it wasn't gonna do at least well.
I really wanted to see Lauren Cohan as the Joker too.
Do what?
I really wanted to see Lauren Cohan as the Joker too, like Martha Wayne.
And Flashpoint.
Yeah. Dude, you guys keep freezing, and I don't know if you're staying still on purpose or if you're really frozen. Because I know Nick and his pranks.
I was gonna do that. Just open my mouth and then just not move. But
watch.
I think I did that 3 shows ago.
It just froze. No, but watch Birds of Prey end up being the best DCEU movie ever made.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I was so excited for Suicide Squad. Before it came out, that only Civil War at that time was even close to giving it a run for its money. I was freaking out over Suicide Squad. To the point where I bought tickets to see it twice before I'd even seen it. I was like, I've got 2 groups of people that I know I want to see this with. And luckily, I did enjoy it. On night 1, I was like, okay, that was sick. I'm gonna go see it tomorrow. Only on rewatches did I kind of start really catching, this is more of a mess.
In theaters, it was fun, and now I rewatch it before every DC movie. You do the universal rewatch. And Suicide Squad gets weaker upon every rewatch.
It's like it's.
But it's
So I'm hoping Birds of Prey isn't.
What is it? Suicide Squad. It seems the DCEU, with Warner Brothers with them, are getting better. They're letting.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all these the earlier DCEU movies, the filmmakers that you have, Zack Snyder, David Ayer, and who else do you have? What else is in there? I'm missing, but just
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, they
David Sandberg, James Wan.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
And even before James Wan, and because it's only 7 or so movies, and Zack Snyder directed 3 of them, 2.5.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, he directed 2 of them.
Right. So no, even with that, the stories behind Suicide Squad, it's still another movie that could be assembled. It's the studio meddling that did. Because studio got cold feet about Batman v Superman's reception while Justice League was in production, and they wanted, you can't just change the tone of a movie in the middle of production and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Suicide Squad. David Ayer admitted, we spoke of this before, that he made a mistake with not making Joker the villain.
Yeah, I was just reading that last night when I was trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, and then the studio comes along and they re-edit the movie numerous times outside of his control. They have the infamous story about they had a marketing company come in and actually try and take a crack at editing it. And it's funny we talk about James Gunn, because I can't wait to see this for this reason. So James Gunn made Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. He wrote it and directed it. He wrote every single song that we hear in the movie into the script specifically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Suicide Squad, they did that, maybe we do it too. They did it after the fact, and it's not natural. It stands out like a sore thumb. These songs, random, AC/DC, the kids like that, let's put that on. That's not how.
It's like, this is Harley Quinn. Super Freak comes on.
Yeah.
Like,
it's gonna be the Suicide Squad is gonna be DC's Guardians of the Galaxy, just because James Gunn knows how to master that. Yeah,
it is gonna be. Just let them work. Let these filmmakers work. And Zack Snyder, that's just a sad story. He had an idea. They should have stuck with it and not got cold feet.
Gosh, we'd have 2 Justice League movies already if it wasn't for the Warner Brothers listening to Twitter.
They just totally dismissed several plot points from Batman v Superman, and a lot of people, granted, were confused. No, what's that, Randy?
Stupid Affleck quotes from Justice League. Joss Whedon, hey, say this. This might be funny.
Yeah, and Josh, and it's too. Although Whedon is a great filmmaker, but there's just 2 opposite sides of the spectrum with Whedon and Snyder, and you can see the tones fighting with each other in that movie, and it's just. When
the Suicide Squad finally comes out, I might have to remove myself from social media. The comparisons and the bashing of David Ayer's movies is just going to be so unbearable. It's going to happen. It's unavoidable.
Yeah, and for the most part, it's going to be unfair.
Yeah.
And even what's my boy name? I'm about to say Joaquin Phoenix, not him, but Jared Leto.
That's in a couple weeks.
Academy Award winner Jared Leto.
Yes, Academy Award winner. But obviously, he was upset and still probably upset to this day that half of his performance is on the floor.
I think we talked about this last episode, but I feel like he sneaks into. I hope he sneaks into Birds of Prey.
I saw a behind the scenes picture.
Isn't he on his window like Billy from Scream?
Yeah, what looks like Joker throwing Harley Quinn out of a house. But it's real blurry, like he's in a window.
Yeah.
It might not even be him. Like it might just be like
double.
They threw me out, and it'll just
the
be
Superman
like a
stand-in like Shazam.
Yeah.
Christ.
but even with those, I mean, they couldn't get Henry Cavill for a couple hours to do that.
Yeah,
but
oh my God.
And they act like he wouldn't have done it.
He probably would have done it for free.
Henry Cavill wants to play Superman, and the whole thing is just Warner Brothers. We don't have anything for you right now. You don't have anything in your DC universe for.
You're connected to Zack Snyder. Sorry.
Do what?
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it's even that petty.
You're connected to Zack Snyder. Go away.
I wouldn't doubt it that those executives, and even we speak about too many cooks in the kitchen. Justice League, the whole mustache debacle, that could have been avoided. But about the executives wanted to get their release date bonus. Yeah. Of course, I'm like, so greed played into it, and
when I think about how good Mission Impossible was, though, I kind of don't even care.
Yeah.
And then he's loading the cannons.
Right. At least we got something good.
Did we ever
Cavill
establish
elsewhere.
why he needed a mustache in Mission Impossible, though?
No.
It's just to establish him as a badass.
I did remember thinking that. I was like, all that shit that everybody went through.
Paramount
like,
was just like, he's got a mustache, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But you know what? It's nobody's fault other than Warner Brothers. You know, they shouldn't have needed to do those vast amount of reshoots.
It's like, bro, let him grow it all out, because that's how Superman looked when he got resurrected. And then he could shave for Mission Impossible.
And you could have just went that route.
Black suit.
But hopefully,
books. Like, they were just like,
yeah,
that doesn't look like Superman. That looks like Tom Selleck. And it's like, no, it's Superman. He's got long hair and a beard. They're like, no.
Yeah, he could have grew the hair out, grew the full beard, black suit, would have been dope.
Yeah, they could have.
Talk about the DC just all day. Like, we could have. It's like, let's cancel whatever else we're. Just be like,
that goes to show you how in disarray, at least that they were. They seem to be getting better. You know, people have their opinions about, well, you know, Aquaman and Shazam, but you can tell that.
My man.
I mean, look at Aquaman. Whether you like it, whether you love it or you hate it, this is James Wan's movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he did some awesome world building in this movie.
Do not make a Trench spinoff.
No, don't do that.
Coming at you, and it was like, no, what? You haven't made a Flash. You haven't made a Green Lantern movie yet.
Yeah,
like, but the Trench. Don't you want
it's
to know?
just.
It's like, not really.
And that's how it was about Birds of Prey. Like, really? And Man of Steel doesn't have a sequel yet? Birds of Prey?
We're about to get Huntress, Black Canary, Black Mask in a DC movie before Green Lantern can be established.
Yeah, but he's even introduced.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be found. But we've got Montoya. She's coming for you. She's one of the birds. And I'm like, I mean, I'm talking shit. Like, Birds of Prey, it's going to be cool. It would be cooler if they had a more established, like, roster of films. It's like, Marvel had already established, like, it works. So here's Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, they were like, here, we're going to try this. Here's a tree and a raccoon. And people liked it because it was like, oh, well, we have faith in Marvel Studios to do this.
And that's one of the reasons.
Are spotty at best.
Yeah.
It's like Shazam might be your best movie in your whole thing. And it's like, well, maybe.
And that's what DC...
Here's Birds of Prey.
Even all these years later, like y'all said, like, Marvel had their core roster established, did the team up, took a risk. DC took a risk after 2 movies. Movie number 3, here's a movie all about the bad guys. And, like, Birds of Prey is still in that same boat. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. And you can see, even when they put out Man of Steel, it's obvious they weren't trying to build a universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So obvious.
From the beginning, and, well, basically from the beginning with MCU, they were going for this.
Yeah.
It was a pretty thought out thing. That's why it took 3 years after Man of Steel for Batman vs Superman.
Exactly, because look at
everything.
2008 you had Iron Man and Incredible Hulk, right?
As soon as Samuel L. Jackson popped up talking about radioactive spider bites and mutants, or wait, that was a deleted scene.
Yeah, but RDJ and Incredible Hulk and the same year, and it was obviously something Kevin Feige had a plan, an idea at least.
Exactly.
But the DC or Warner Brothers, a bunch of knuckleheads, and they should have just stuck with it and had some balls. I'm sorry. Then you spin everything out, and
That's the thing, though. It's like it's like I said, I could talk about this all day, and like we could. I don't even hate the DC like universe of movies.
No.
Like, I feel like for the few people that I'm like, overall, I'd say I like it. But
I damn near love it.
it's just such a mess. Like
Yeah.
I hate the unorganization of it all. It's like
Right. And of course you can't help but what you got there?
These fools are cutting the grass.
Oh, that's what that is.
That was a
It's not drag
lawnmower.
race.
inside me too. But
Hey, it's Rec League Podcast, man. We are not professionals, and we cannot plan for lawnmowers at noon on a Sunday.
nobody has Sundays off.
It's not too bad. Look at you. Like, what?
I don't think I hear it.
It's just look. This sounds like a car going past.
My worry is YouTube and then Anchor gonna be like, what is that noise? This
Guy's
fool
gonna
pulled
poke
out a
his head in.
vibrator.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh man.
This guy's gonna poke his head in and be like, "Can y'all keep it down? I'm trying to mow the grass." Like, sir.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man,
But yeah, that's But now, Birds of Prey is.
we just talked
when does it come
15
out
minutes. February.
again? February.
15
Yeah, it's,
minutes about the DCEU based on a poster.
I do
Right.
Circling back, since we kind of I really like the poster. I like that it's real colorful. I like that it kind of looks like the Suicide Squad poster. Like it looks like a companion piece. Also, her eyebrows. She's killing them. They look great.
Yeah.
She really did it for the poster.
And that's another thing, Nick. I'm glad you brought that up. The most recent Suicide Squad poster, if you want to get specific, because go back to the promotional material and when the teaser Suicide Squad, the tone of the poster. I don't know if you remember the very, very first poster of Suicide Squad. It was different. Then they released the colorful one because Warner Brothers had decided to go in, and you can hardly remember it, can you?
Yeah, like all I remember like the skull logos. Like I always thought that was the coolest poster.
Yeah, and they tried to deviate from that and go to the bright. Ooh, look at us!
Yeah,
And that's the one that Nick.
Lollipop was like the first teaser. It had the lollipop. Was the Q?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually probably the second one.
Yeah.
It goes to show you how everything was going, and behind the scenes they were like, we got to get the children. And
Remember the Heimdall poster was cereal.
yeah, I remember that. That was a cool
That's like-
poster.
Okay.
they color like the logo changed like color schemes like 4 times.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, the poster pops. So they got that going for them. It doesn't look like a run of the mill poster. Like I kind of thought Aquaman's posters were pretty ho hum. Like the 4K cover for Aquaman just kills me because it's just him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Here's my
I don't know
trident.
what I wanted. I don't know what I
The
expected.
steelbook is cool. The Best Buy steelbook is nice artwork. I don't know if you remember how it looks.
It's like the comic book art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not mine. Yeah.
I think. I just drew a blank.
Uh-oh.
Those lawnmowers, man.
Yeah, they kind
Yeah,
of
it totally
like
threw you off.
threw off my whole vibe. I mean, there's no point in really talking astronauts since Nick is slacking and hasn't seen Ad Astra, which I just realized I'm not smart enough to know what that means.
Yeah.
So
It's like we can't. I don't know. We just can't talk about that movie specifically. But I'm seeing it in like 2 hours
Yeah, it's no
or
problem.
whatever time it is.
what about the second best Stallone character?
That's true. That's fact.
Well,
Fact.
man, I was about to make a joke, but I couldn't honestly remember. Was he Tango or Cash?
Oh yeah, that's what we can bring up. We can talk Rambo as well as Stallone kind of like dropping this like not bomb because I don't think that many people care, but
or even no.
yeah, like he wanted to do. I understood it was a Cobra sequel, but apparently it's gonna be like a series. Like him and Robert Rodriguez are gonna like make a Cobra TV show.
Yeah.
Could be a reboot, could be a sequel, I don't know. And then with Kurt Russell's approval, they might make a Tango and Cash 2.
It's cute.
Yeah, I heard that.
I don't know if I don't know.
He's gonna do. He did the Santa Chronicles, and he's gonna do another one. So why wouldn't he do Tango and Cash?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's making Fast and Furious money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna
He's
pop up
part
in
of that
9.
now. He's part of the MCU. Like I think he's doing fine. Whereas I feel like Stallone is kind of, I don't know. I feel like
But
Stallone could
I
pop
think
up in
Stallone
Guardians
actually.
3.
It's a question also. Does he really like the character?
yeah.
Which I
think
would think
that's-
he would. You know, I don't think, like you said, he's doing well. I don't think money should be a factor.
Yeah.
Unless you Bruce Willis, but
Zing.
But yeah, I think Kurt would. It would be nice to see him back. That was a good movie though.
Yeah.
It was goofy, but it was fun, and it was the '80s. It was the typical
And the
80s action.
Didn't they play like against type? I think that's what I liked about Tango and Cash. That like
Yeah, that's true,
Stallone
too.
played the pretty boy.
So rewatching all the Rambos like really made me want to go get like all my Stallone movies.
Yeah.
Like I've got Tango and Cash, and like I haven't watched Cobra in a long time. And then we were talking about like him rebooting these. I was like, ooh, I just want to watch all of these movies. And like they're not good.
Demolition
they
Man,
are.
cliffhanger.
It was just that special thing, like 80s action movies and horror movies too. It was just like they're not good, but like that's what makes them good.
I don't know if it was
But
First
you know
Blood
what,
Part
I
2.
think what you going for? I'm sorry, Randy.
What's up?
Nick, I think the word you're looking for, if I'm not mistaken, it's a thing about 80s movies that we know, like Commando and the Stallone movies. They have charm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's like, oh, they tried.
Yeah, it's
like
terrible, but it's
Rambo
great.
really tried to do Commando.
It's like-
But no.
Really tried.
I don't know if it was First Blood Part 2 or Rambo 3, but like a couple of those kills reminded me of Friday the 13th kills.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
The whole Last Blood,
Oh, you mean when
sequence,
they went into the tunnel and he was stalking them?
Yeah,
And
stuff
that's,
like that, and then like they would like just show like the point of the arrow, and then it would just end up in a guy's head or something. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
that's both of those movies actually. It's quite a few scenes like that.
The whole last one yesterday, the whole ending thing, I was like, this is more violent than any horror movie. Like this is like
Yeah.
what Jason is doing to
Dude,
these people.
that's Lionsgate though. Like Lionsgate goes for it. Like heads will explode. Saw movies, Rambo movies, like blood, gore. It's gonna be there.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it, but yeah, I mean, Cobra TV show, I'd watch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's to say, we would like roll our eyes, we laugh. It's like I'd probably watch it. Why didn't he just do another Demolition Man?
It's actually a lot of stuff that that was a low key good year for Stallone, Demolition Man and Cliffhanger in '93.
Hey.
Cliffhanger.
Coming off of Stopper, My Mom Will Shoot, he needed a rebound.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and people, it's actually one movie that people always assume is not good. It probably didn't do as well as it wanted to, but it's actually a really good, funny movie. Talk about Oscar.
Oscar. I haven't watched Oscar since I was little.
Yeah, I think I've seen it way back. I barely remember it.
And then that's what I'm talking about. People always remember it vaguely.
Frozen
It's actually
in.
probably earlier this year.
He tried to change it up. It's like he and Schwarzenegger both tried to like have little runs of comedy. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what if I did this? That'd be pretty goofy. Like I feel like Stallone tried with drama more than Arnold did, and succeeded. Like I think
Yeah, that's true.
Copland is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that's a good movie. And like I take Stallone more seriously. If I see his name on something, if it like looks like a broody, serious movie, I'm like, okay, Stallone. If it's like Arnold, I'm like,
Has Arnold
Did anybody
ever
see-
been nominated?
maybe no.
Arnold is a Golden Globe winner. Yeah.
I had to hit you with that James Franco meme.
Yeah, but for what though? In what category that doesn't exist anymore?
Couldn't tell you.
Best.
Tales from the Crypt.
Well, his episode was decent, but no, he won a Golden Globe way back in the '70s for Best New Actor.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count.
Right.
What?
Like
Hercules?
I said, I think it's just a general award. It's not for any movie. It's just a general. Because he was in that movie Stay Hungry. I think he won it around that time, and then the documentary came out, Pumping Iron.
All right.
Yeah, but he's a Golden Globe winner.
This was pre-Conan, so yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah. How many Oscars did he win for the movie Raw Deal? That's what I care about.
Right.
Raw
You know
Deal.
something? Two things with Stallone and Schwarzenegger. There are two movies by them that I have never seen. Lock Up. Stallone.
I have it. I haven't watched it.
And awesome. Anyway.
Raw Deal. It's like a movie.
Have I seen Raw Deal? I think I've seen Raw Deal.
Raw Deal has the best, like, the dumbest tagline. And, like the tagline, okay, like, the poster is, like, Arnold, like, holding a gun.
The
like,
hair slicked back.
Yeah.
Huge. And it just says Raw Deal, like, huge on top. And it just says, they gave him a raw deal. Never give him a raw deal.
Oh, my God.
They
Yeah.
cry with that. It just says raw deal. And then on the bottom it says Arnold, raw deal.
Dude, there
It's
was
like every description I get of it, like he's supposed to be, I'm not even sure. He's supposed to be Italian in the movie?
Yeah.
Or working with the Italians?
Well, he's not cooked.
It's great. I don't even think I own that movie. I need to go find it.
That's like one I'm always checking to see if that one's coming on Blu-ray. That's like one of those Arnold movies that I've just never had. But like there was a stretch when I was younger where I would just like, I would be at my grandma's and I would just be watching movies that I was way too young to be watching. I think I was like 12 years old watching Silence of the Lambs. But I can't remember.
That's all of us, yeah.
I can't remember if it was Raw Deal or Red Heat that I watched when I was younger, because I'm pretty sure I saw Raw Deal way back when.
Yeah, Red Heat is what Jim Belushi.
Yep.
Belushi. And it's like that's coming out on 4K. It's like
Yeah.
Raw Deal hasn't even gotten like a Blu-ray yet. But yeah, Raw Deal.
Red Heat can get a 4K. True Lies can't get a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That's Cameron.
Yeah.
I watched True Lies 1,000 times when I was little. I've seen that movie like 1,000,000 times. Like any Arnold movie that came out through the 90s, I probably just watched, no matter how old I was.
Yeah.
Or how violent it was. Last Action Hero was like the biggest thing.
So ahead of its time.
It's not even.
Oh, man. You know what? I disagree. I think it's a really good movie, but what Randy said is kind of ahead of his time. People didn't know what it was, and they went in expecting something totally different and got the opposite. People didn't expect this satire parody.
Meta, yeah.
Yeah, meta thing. And that wasn't really...
Animated Danny DeVito.
A lot of people didn't really do that. You know,
action figures from that movie. Like,
they were so cool.
Last Action Hero when I was little. I don't even think I understood, like, the whole tongue-in-cheek aspect of it. Like,
I think it went over a lot of people's heads with the...
I was a child.
And people hanging on the magic ticket. Yeah, well, you gotta have a plot device to get what they want to get going.
Well, whatever.
And
it's like Willy Wonka with bullets.
There you go. I think it's one of his more underappreciated movies. It came out and
probably the top 10.
You know what?
It also came out like the way that Hellboy got like kind of like hustled by The Dark Knight. Last Action Hero got hustled by Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks, not even a week later, Jurassic Park came out, and it was just...
Well, the difference in quality was pretty...
It was released too close to a masterpiece.
But it's too... You know, Last Action Hero, even 93, it was an 80s action movie.
Mm-hmm. McTiernan.
But the thing is, what's funny about that, Sony or Columbia, they were going back at it with Universal, trying to get them to move, and they were like, no, now we're not going to move our release date, and sure enough, it worked in the other movie's favor.
We got Spielberg and dinosaurs. Get out of here.
I'm pretty sure we're about to define the summer movie for an entire generation of people. You can move your movie.
Push Arnold back.
And there's so many different things that happen with it just being an awesome movie, Jurassic Park, that is. It introduced the DTS sound system. I don't know if y'all remember that. That's the first movie to be presented in that sound system. And there's even a logo. I'll give it to you.
DVD says that.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I know
What's
exactly.
it called? The digital experience. Yeah, the
Yeah.
big CD and the whooshing of the words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But no,
like,
it's just
it says it on the top. It's like, you might know this. This is GTS certified or whatever. And I'm like, fuck yeah, it is. not knowing what that means.
But no, yeah, it's something like you said. It defined, the blockbuster for a generation.
Yeah.
And I think that movie holds the record for the most times I've seen a movie in theaters. Well, that and Mortal Kombat. I saw each of those movies. Yeah, random. I saw each of those movies 8 times in theaters.
Well, we talked about that a year and a half before I expected to.
Mortal Kombat? You saw
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 8 times?
I saw it twice in one day, twice.
8 times in my life.
Gosh, if I was ever going to look forward to that Mortal Kombat movie that's coming before I expected to, this casting got me. This casting got me ready.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm not going to see it 8 times.
No, I'm not.
I don't care if it's the best movie I've ever seen. I'm not.
But you have to let me put it into, in context for you is I had connections. I was seeing these movies for free.
There you go. I was about to say, they were cheaper back then anyway.
And that too.
Yeah.
And
that explains why Mortal Kombat's not the highest grossing movie ever.
Yeah, it's like adjusted for inflation, the highest grossing movie. They're like, oh, Casablanca, Gone with the Wind. It's like
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, Annihilation. Oddly enough.
Oh, not Annihilation. That's not talking about that. Hell no. They just no. But yeah, going back to Stallone and Arnold. Now, Raw Deal, I've never seen that movie. I've seen YouTube clips, and they were asking him, Nick, you probably know the scene where they asked him what the P stands for in his name. It's funny. Just YouTube it. What's the P stand for? And Google that. Raw Deal. What's the P stand for?
Percival.
I haven't watched it. I just remember it being like Raw Deal. And then I saw it's been like forever. I went through like this phase, probably like in middle school. Probably like whenever like Terminator 3 came out. For some reason I said, but it was just like, I wanted to watch every just action movie. Like I was like, I want to watch all these Arnold movies. And that was one that I saw that I like at the time never even heard of. Like I was like, it was like digital cable was like the new thing. So I'm going through, like, you might like Raw Deal, and I was like, sounds like I would. Yeah. And they gave him a raw deal. Never give him a raw deal.
Yeah,
God,
it's just
how much did that guy get paid for that tagline?
probably a lot of money.
Deadline.
I've seen some bad taglines, but good lord.
It's just that movie is just a blip, just like Stallone has. Yeah, it's just a weird career. I remember. Yeah, and Stallone is. You can tell he has a bit of an ego, like with
Really?
getting the. Because Judge Dredd in '95, obviously he did not understand the character. And that's he and director Danny Cannon, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds right.
They got into it over. It's basically like.
Hello?
Not spoilers. Like the Rambo. It was just Rambo by name, and this movie was just Judge Dredd. He, like the 2012 Dredd, if that's the right year.
Yeah.
And he always kept the helmet on. In the comics, it was very true. Not only did Stallone take it off. Remember the scene in Judge Dredd? It's dramatic. The camera panning around. No, Stallone. No, it's not supposed to be you. It's supposed to be Judge Dredd.
People just thinking like, are they taking it off? Like, this is awful. I hate this. Why are they doing this so slow?
They need to see my face.
Yeah.
And it's just that actor's ego. No, be more like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy don't care if his face is in any movie.
Yeah, Mad Max, Dunkirk,
Dark Knight Rises,
Dark Knight Rises, Venom, if you want to go there. Well, I guess we don't want to go there.
Not until next October.
Oh man,
I'll bring myself to talk Venom this time next year.
But but I was speaking about Stallone's ego because The Last Blood made $19 million. but I think he's gonna pay attention to the reception for it, which
Oh yeah.
I would go out on a limb and say is not gonna be very good. I think the three of us share. On my little rating system I use, I go 0 to 5 stars. I'm stretching 2.5.
I gave it a 2.5. I
You know.
like the violence, and I like Stallone. Like, I'm a genuine Stallone fan.
Yeah,
He could suck in a movie, and I'd still be like, "Man, you got
yeah.
it."
He's
I was like, but yeah, the film.
I think he would probably find some way to get Rambo back into the forest and back into the jungles, because
Last
you know,
2.
yeah, Last Blood, just a little more blood.
But like, this was the rumored plot like 10 years ago, though. They were talking Rambo 5 after 4 came out. I'll
Yeah.
use numbers because movie titles are confusing with this series. But they kind of stuck to the outline that he wanted all 10 years.
Yeah, which is crazy. And
So,
I could see what he was going for with the movie.
Yeah.
The retiring, finally back home, but they could have.
I didn't see what he was going for. That's what I was like, what was that? Okay, and okay, not even really a spoiler, just kind of out of context if you haven't seen the movie. Like, I don't know. Was she his niece?
that they never established that. Like, he's just like, at the end of 4, he's like approaching this place. His name's on a mailbox. So you assume it's his family. We jump. They don't really say how long he's been there. And we just assume that he's related to these people.
There? It's like, is she living there with her niece? If so, why is she making him food like it's his house?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
damn.
just,
You just brought up a lot of damn questions.
it was like, were you her father? And he's like, yeah. I was like, you just threw another wrench in these weird gears that you're just.
And he mentioned that he was around all those years ago when she was younger and he left. Well, didn't he say something? Then again, we get into spoiler territory.
She was like 17, 18, so you have to assume that it's like the real-time gap in between movies.
Yeah.
But her dad left her 10 years ago. Anyway, I was like, so wait, he stayed for 8 years and then left? It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's...
Anyway, I was like, he's not that bad of a guy. But anyway.
You know why this one might not have lived up? He cut the mullet.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
The mullet might have been the
okay
magic.
with that. That was like not even. I was like, you can be Rambo is more than a mullet, so I was okay with the mullet. Part 4, he still had the mullet. It was almost good.
It was like greasy and tethered, and it was like fluffy in the first 3.
Yeah, like Part 3, it's like amazing.
Yeah,
It like flowed behind him, but yeah, Part 4, it was like matted down. It was almost silly.
they took more time getting that hair to flow in 3 than actually working on the plot.
3, he looked like Fabio. Like he would emerge from the mountains with his gun. It was like, oh damn.
Yeah,
Like,
it was.
he distracted all the soldiers. Oh, then they shot him.
Yeah, it was definitely. But thing about 3 is, I've read a list ranking the Rambo movies. Somebody had, it was, in my opinion, a horrible list. They had Rambo 3 ranked higher than Rambo 2.
Nope.
That's weird. I like 3, but I'm just like, what?
Yeah, and especially if you watch them all recently, you'll see Rambo 3 is quite generic. Bad guy shoots at good guy ducks, gets up, shoot at bad guy, and it's a movie. I made a post about it called UHF with Weird Al Yankovic, and he had the Rambo spoof.
Yeah.
And had the long. He was making fun of Rambo 3, obviously, and he had the long line of guys come up over the mountain, and he shoots one time, and they all fall down. And it's not too far from the kind of stuff that was happening in Rambo 3. And I don't know if you all remember at the time, it held the Guinness Books a world record for the most acts of violence in a movie.
It was the most expensive movie at the time.
At the time, which was $60 million, which is crazy.
$50 million, yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't even open number 1. It was number 2 behind Crocodile Dundee 2. I read that.
The sequel. That's true, isn't it?
Yeah, because I was like, did a Wikipedia just deep dive while I was watching the Rambos, and the last Rambo was number 2 behind Meet the Spartans in its opening weekend. So
yeah,
it's amazing that he keeps making them. It's like the world is telling you something.
You
So
just
the
can't get
last
number one
3
there.
Rambo
Yeah.
movies haven't opened number 1.
Yeah, the last 3 in a row. Eh.
That's
nuts.
21 years of shame.
And do y'all remember who wrote the second one? First Blood Part 2?
James Cameron, duh.
James Cameron.
Duh.
Oh, Jimmy.
I didn't just watch it like 4 days ago.
But yeah, that's crazy. Still searching for that number 1.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep doing them.
Nah.
I think he has to be sitting in his office right now, wondering how Angel has fallen. Went number 1 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
And Rambo is struggling against Downton Abbey.
Rambo protects the
He's gotta
president.
be, like, looking at numbers.
Yeah, that's
this one ends kind of open-ended, like you're not quite sure,
right.
but this has to be the last. Like, the last is in the title. Do not pull a Friday the 13th. 5 Rambo
and
movies.
And also,
we're good.
Spoilers, the credits, the end credits.
Yeah, like that's
Like
where
it's
it kind of
good
like, well, is he?
Right.
I hope so. I'm just gonna. I hope they're done.
Bring Rocky back as many times as you
Rambo.
want.
I'm gonna see another one, but
I swear,
Yeah.
I'll see it too.
yeah, at some point you just gotta. Part 1 is so different from all the rest of
Yeah,
it. I don't want to say that it's like they don't know what made Part 1 so good. I don't want to go that far, but it's like what made Part 1 so good was that it wasn't called Rambo. It was like its own story. It wasn't just about this character doing this thing. It was about this guy.
it was based on a book. There was source material.
Book, yeah. The author came out recently and said that he hated.
That's where I was getting at. Yeah, said he even walked out. Right.
Yeah, he said he was like embarrassed, and I was like, "That's good press to have."
Said he's embarrassed.
That's just mine would be like, "Well, Stephen King hated The Shining. That's what these book guys know." I was like, "Well,
These book guys.
The Shining was The Shining."
Go back to your typewriter.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're probably right, Nick. It's probably just let it die. I mean, the author and that's terrible. Yeah.
Hey, but like the
I
cartel
like
brother dudes were good.
yeah. I feel like 5 is enough. It's not like they only made 3, and it's like, come on.
I'm gonna call him the dude from The Losers because I don't exactly know how to enunciate his name.
Who was there?
The brother with the luxurious mane of hair.
Oh yeah, that was him.
I was trying to figure out where I'd.
When they walked in his bedroom and we saw that, I was just like, well, damn.
Yeah, and then the next shot after that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's where you're going.
That's it. The violence, that's what got me, I think, to a 2.5. Like, 2.5 is about, that's like the furthest down I'll go before saying a movie is bad. Like, I'll be like, 2.5, not bad. It's just kind of disappointing. Like, or it's like the expectations were at a level that you just didn't meet. But, like, I think that's what even got it there was, like, they did not skimp on the violence, like, at all. Like, he tells the guy on the phone, he's like, I'm going to do this to you, and I'm going to do this to you. And I was like, nice, yeah. Metaphor, nice. And then at the end, he did the thing.
And then he did it.
Yeah. Wait, he did.
It's kind of as it was happening, like, oh, okay.
Really?
Do this shit in Saw.
Yeah. It's like he stuck the knife in, and then he just kept going.
Yeah.
And he's really going to do this. Like, he just wasn't talking. Like, Rambo is about to do this. And then it was like, it chapter 2. Like, all these hands came around and...
Yeah. Like, I thought there was going to be some cuts all over the place. Just like that whole last, 20 minutes.
So, because Rambo did what he did, he's not going to be in season 4 of Snowfall because he's dead now. Yeah, y'all got to watch Snowfall.
We're like, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I got the halfway, got the reference. But anyway, we're talking about Stallone going more the dramatic route, and did anybody see? It was fairly recent. Schwarzenegger movie called Maggie.
Maggie was really good. I actually almost said that like as the words left. I was
Yeah.
like, no, because I really like that. I thought he was really good in it.
Yeah, Maggie's good.
Yeah, and it really didn't get any attention. I'm thinking like, man, I hadn't seen it myself. I still want to see it. It just came and went like a flash in the pan. I'm like, what happened?
Like
did
fairly
another
recent.
movie
We
called-
talking like 4 years ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on, 2015.
Aftermath, which was kind of like the same thing. It was like a drama.
I didn't see
Like, I
that one.
watched it, but I don't remember.
Oh, that's the one about the pilot, the traffic
Yeah.
controller was. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
It's
what
like
happened to that one?
And I didn't think it was bad, but it was kind of ho-hum. Like, he didn't really do anything. But it was more of a serious, kind of like he's trying to do that now. That maybe he's not as, like, physically intimidating as he once was. Whereas I think Stallone is still, like, frightening to look at.
Yeah, with the
if he
Twizzler
threw me
veins.
Side of my truck, like, I would piss my pants. Like, I'd be like, all right, I will take you to the club, sir. I will take you where you want to go. Like, he is still monstrous.
But the funny thing is, Stallone for real is like 5'8".
I don't care. I don't care. He's scared the shit out of
That's
me.
good to hear because that's about my height. That when you be intimidating, that gives me hope.
He's scary. Like that again. Like that's like if I'm going the positive route on Last Blood, it's like he still has that like presence. Like some people lose it. Like you watch those like Death Wish sequels with Charles Bronson, and he was like late 70s. I was like, he wasn't scary. He was in that for the paycheck. But it was like Rambo, like waiting in the club for the guy to leave and then following him out. I was like, he's about to
he's intimidating.
Paz Vega was so wasted.
do what?
The chick, like the journalist chick.
Yeah, what the hell?
What did she do?
Yeah.
Like, that was my thing. I was like, there was no script. What was her purpose?
Yeah. Who wrote? Did Stallone wrote this movie, didn't he?
I don't know.
Wrote it, which makes me think, I don't know. And like again, spoiler territory or whatever.
She was in like two scenes.
The thing happens like towards the later, not really middle, like a little past the middle. Thing happens that kind of a twist, not really, but it kind of like sets off a set of things.
It was
Why
unexpected.
couldn't they have fixed? You know, he was trying to get back to America or whatever. Why couldn't they have fixed that issue the way that the journalist fixed what happened to him earlier in the movie? He was like, he should really go to a hospital. Why couldn't he have just called that guy again just for like 5 minutes? Because, I mean, the person was looking pretty rough. Like, how are you going to drive hours and hours and hours to get to Texas? I don't know. Not great. Not a great script. Like, the script could have
and
I don't
11 years, you could have done a lot better from there.
Yeah, because Thor was, like, good.
Expendables takes priority.
Yes.
Yeah, that and the escape plan, too, I guess.
Yeah, the escape plan sequels that I haven't watched.
The Extractors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Watch those yet.
And we had like another mini podcast in between segments. So
I thought you were recording that whole time.
nah, like we can get back to Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Rambo, Last Action Hero, or we can talk about social media opinions and those who loved Serenity. Oh, nobody.
I don't want to talk about Serenity. I'm going to talk about the big social media bullying scandal that we have in the Instagram movie community.
I mean,
really a plague upon our community.
It is. I just be sitting back like eating the popcorn, and I'll just be seeing like different accounts go at it, and it's just like, man, it's not that deep.
It's like it's over clout.
Yeah,
that's what gets me. It's like, and I want to be the one that goes in and says, none of you have it. You don't have clout.
Yeah,
not at all.
You don't.
Like, you're not as important as you're trying to make yourself look. Like
no getting their news from you.
I don't remember if it was my Men in Black post or my Dark Phoenix just a few days ago, and I just got this comment. I'll get these all the time. Like, if I buy a bad movie, it's part of a series, I'm gonna buy it. But somebody was just like, worst movie ever. I ain't
ever
reply.
in history.
Yeah, like in the history of cinema, Dark Phoenix
like
is really the
you
worst
need to
movie
watch
ever.
a lot more movies.
Exactly. Like, I ain't reply. Like, I won't reply to those. Like, okay, that's your opinion. You think this is the worst movie ever made in the history of talkies. Or I don't reply to people asking for codes.
Yeah. Hello, stranger, person I never met. Can't even say hi or hello. You used the code yet? Use the code? Nah, man. Well, go to hell.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'd really love to see this. I'm like, okay. Well, the conversations I have about codes are a little different, but
you and newbies.
They're usually like, I don't know. It's like everybody just wants it for free, and like the rare times, like I might give a code away to like a friend if they ask or something like that. But like the rare times I ever have those conversations where I'm like, all right, let's do business. It's like they want something for nothing, and it's like I spent like $20-$30 on this movie. Like something.
Like Kevin Hart in 40-year version. Like, I'm gonna need you to give me that for the price of on the house.
Hold on, I gotta step away right quick. Y'all chop it up.
No problem.
No.
But no, speaking of Dark Phoenix, you said that, right?
Yeah, that's.
Or you didn't? But yeah, people, you know, there are people that like Dark Phoenix, and a lot more people who don't like it.
Yes.
And
like worst movie ever, and I'm like, I don't even think it's the worst X-Men movie. Like,
it's not. That's the funny thing is you haven't been in film movie watching for a very long time if you think that's the worst movie ever.
Just because I have it sitting here,
and
like I've been meaning to say it on the group chat. It's like you have the cover, right?
All right.
Does anyone think with the placement of this lightning that McAvoy looks like Patricia from Split? It looks like a necklace. Am I the only one that sees it?
A little bit.
Because I can't unsee it. He's got like a high, like.
What I noticed about that cover, though, where's Jessica Chastain?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I was tagging people.
Oh, let's say it again. She's not on there?
No.
Patricia.
She was the guns for the Walmart version of the Men in Black cover. They just took her off.
Yeah.
Wow, they just... Is she on the back?
Not like there's not space on
I think
here.
she's on the back.
Quicksilver's on here, and he was not even in the movie. Spoiler.
His cameo. Nah, you can't spoil this piece of...
I can't wait for an MCU X-Men.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's about time. It was about time. You can.
It's like Feige's just gonna make like the best Fantastic Four that he can, and just be like, "Ha ha, Fox, this is how you do it." And then in like 2032, we're gonna end up getting the MCU's Dark Phoenix that's gonna be properly told.
Yeah, something. They should have just scrapped the Dark Phoenix story and made something else. We're gonna go have the same exact people and And what's the actress name who played Jean Grey? I forget her.
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner
and her inconsistent American accent. And that sounds like I'm just beating down on this movie because I am. And
you are. My favorite part was the like weird F-bomb that just came out of like thin air.
It's like I can't even take credit for the quote.
He kill you.
It's the honest trailer said it. It's the only character development Cyclops has probably had in the entire series.
Dude. That's another one. I cannot wait to see Cyclops properly done.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's probably my biggest complaint in the whole
X-Men.
What did they have against Cyclops? Like, why didn't they let him be like Captain America? Lead the group.
Yeah, he could be like Captain, and it was doable. Obviously, like in the MCU, Iron Man and Captain America. Iron Man is Iron Man, awesome, building everything, and Captain America is technically the leader.
I just pay for everything.
Wolverine and Cyclops. They were just insistent on making Wolverine the face of the X-Men movies.
Yeah, you can have
the one to reel it in.
You can have more than one thing. You know, X2, he was knocked out for most of the movie. Mm-hmm. He comes back in X-Men 3. We know what happened there. If you don't,
he died.
very
Spoilers.
unceremoniously.
13 years ago, he did Superman Returns, and Fox was like, "Okay, you're out."
Mm-hmm.
I actually heard that was a Brett Ratner call.
Yeah.
It had that Last Blood script writing.
Right. Get out of here. We'll explain what happened to you with your floating sunglasses.
Yeah. We're not going to do this character. Yeah. Like, are we going to find his dead body? No.
Yeah.
He is not available. We're going to have his sunglasses there floating.
Marsden? Yeah. Anybody seen Marsden?
Yeah.
He's too busy in Hop. But,
yeah, he's busy doing Hop.
And The Notebook.
God.
Yeah. But no, we were talking about, I guess, bullying or, people getting carried away with their opinions, trying to sound more important than they are, chasing clout. And I put it like this: if it's just clout. It means nothing. Those likes aren't equaling dollar bills, not money. You're not getting paid for ads.
See,
and even if you,
that's what that's what people. That's what's wrong with 2019. Like, we ain't even talking about movies no more. I'm trying to give y'all like a Mr. Rogers briefing right quick. The amount of likes y'all get does not have to equate your self-esteem.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't care about likes. Like I made a post. I posted my YouTube reviews that it got like 5 likes. Cool, but I posted the "This Is Where I Leave You" 5-year post on the regular Instagram. That's it's got 300 likes. I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah, it's very.
That's a lot for me.
Yeah, and also another thing about that is, I'm only on still at the moment one social media and Instagram. Instagram's algorithm. No worries.
Been trying to tell you.
No, definitely I need to get on that probably today. But Instagram's algorithm is so stupid. There is no rhyme and reason. People, I should post at 1:30. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You post at 2 a.m. That'll be your best post, like-wise and view-wise. And then you post it on lunch hour.
Yep.
And, people, they give it more credit than it really... It can mean everything for you, but then it can mean nothing.
Yeah,
I just hope...
Just to kind of, get them out there. And I'm I'm at a point now where, I could probably stop doing that and, still get enough likes to, help me wake up in the morning.
Yes.
Right.
But
2,000 likes, 2 likes, man. Life goes on.
Yeah, it's like Randy says.
It used to be you would get a certain amount. It would just be the names. And then
I remember
11,
that.
And it would
then it get 11, turn to the numbers, right?
I made it. I did it. I got double numbers.
And I speak of the algorithm. I don't know why they changed the chronological order algorithm. And you see the post, and now that this algorithm here is what we think is the most important out of the people you follow.
So dumb.
And then I don't even go to the Explore page that much anymore. It's just all over the damn place. But like Randy said, for everybody who watches this on YouTube or whatever, if it's 5, 6, 30, 100 people, I just hope you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is
it's
my baby.
Something educational.
I hope it grows eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But the last episode got
definitely.
20 views on YouTube. That's dope. I got episodes in the past that haven't even hit 10. That's fine.
But you think that's 20 people taking the time out of their day to watch?
No. 3 of those are me trying to share and repost it.
Yeah. Oh shit. I don't even go back. We do this. I don't even go check. Where's it at? Where's it at? I'm just it's fun. To me, it's all an outlet just to. It's you go to any of my other social media stuff. My Facebook's pretty normal. My Twitter is pretty normal. I talk about all kinds of stuff. But Instagram's really the only thing where I feel like it's an outlet. I want to show off what I like, what music I'm listening to. But I'm not under the impression that I'm news. I feel like any movie people that are following me aren't getting news from me. I might post
I don't do.
That's what I've said multiple times. I'm not breaking news. I'm more spreading the word.
Yeah, I'm just
there you go.
Robert Pattinson's our new Batman. Other than some of my friends and people I know who aren't movie people, they just normies. They might see.
Typical
they
civilians.
might follow me and see it and be like, "Oh shit, that's dope." Other than that, though, I'm not doing it like you heard it here first, folks.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, Nick, I think you actually put in case you missed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
And that's what, like, first breaking exclusive. I got it first. Watch.
Like somebody else.
Who gives a?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we enjoy doing this, and we'll be doing it for this a very long time. If Randy wants to keep it going, we have basically a handshake deal with Randy, so we're gonna be here.
All the handshake deals on the Rec League podcast, baby.
Raw deal.
Don't give me the raw deal. Nobody wants to give me the raw deal.
Until I start getting too few likes to wake up in the morning.
The next,
I can't do it anymore.
The next 5 episodes could get like a combined 2 listens. We're doing this again in 10 Sundays.
We're talking about something else.
Oh man, but yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's fun, and it should be fun first and foremost, and not just you like this, you're stupid, and you don't like what I like.
Yeah, basically.
We were having the conversation about there's a lot of movie pages and stuff, people that just, and I'm not saying you should lie, I guess, but it's people that openly admit that they just haven't seen all these movies. It's like, I'm not saying you should lie, but it's like you shared the one that was like, I've never seen any Scorsese. This might be it. And I'm like,
yeah, it's
that gets on my nerves more than anything. Like more than anybody who's like, I love this movie that you all hate.
Did you attack anybody in their DMs for not watching Scorsese?
No, but like that, if I were to, that would be it. Like something like that. It's like first time watch.
Yeah. So here's my advice on that.
How have you not seen Back to the Future? Like how did you make it?
Yeah, it's certain movies that you should have seen sometime if you're a certain age.
Like,
if you
doing.
Hey,
no matter when you were born, before or after Back to the Future, if you're over the age of 5, you should have seen Back to the damn Future.
I'm about to drop a pipe bomb on you guys,
like,
though.
What's that?
I saw Jaws for the first time like 3 years ago.
That's pretty weird. But
thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, but here's my
one out of however many, thousands of movies you have. I see it way.
Yeah, but it has
people watching The Lion King or like Aladdin that were like, actually have never seen the original. So I went into this totally blind. I'm like, Aladdin? Like you never, like your mom didn't throw on The Lion King for you to watch like as a babysitter? Like
Prince Ali Ababa?
Yeah.
But look at you with Jaws and Randy. You haven't seen Jaws, okay? But you probably saw Jurassic Park. You probably saw Steven Spielberg's other 3 dozen movies, right?
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones trilogy, Close Encounters, E.T. And what was that? And Nick, how you were saying about the Martin Scorsese? Okay. Like I haven't seen any Martin Scorsese movies. What's the new one? The Irishman might be my first one ever. How about this? Here's my advice, friendly advice. The Irishman comes out when?
Thanksgiving.
November, like 22nd or something like that.
There you go. So November, okay. It's September 22nd. What's that? That's 2 months, right? Okay, you got a hell of a long time to catch up on Martin Scorsese's filmography. You can start from the beginning and be done. The Irishman should not be anybody's first foray into Martin Scorsese.
Like the point of it is almost like a culmination of like all these actors and like this director. It's like full coming together.
Exactly.
Like, I wish DiCaprio had a part.
Yeah. Like the movie might not even be great, but it's more of like an event.
Right.
Like you got all these guys.
I told y'all.
That's just my advice. I mean,
I had a planned Ben Stiller binge like all November, give and take couple like rewatch things. But, hey, Scorsese coming out. Scorsese just took over my November.
Yeah, it's priority.
I just made a list, like, because that's what I do, because it's normal. But I like make the list of like what I'm gonna watch, like when I'm gonna watch it. Like, it depends on how I feel after Halloween. Like after October's over, and I'm doing all these crisscrossing things, and it's gonna suck. But I'm like, I'm either gonna do like a few days of just Scorsese like mob movies, or I'm gonna do 2 weeks of just my favorite just gangster movies for like 2 whole weeks. Like Scorsese, not Scorsese, De Niro, not De Niro. Like just 2 weeks. Depends on how I feel. Like depends on how if I want to just like.
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's a Scorsese movie that I haven't seen. There's a couple I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did you watch Silence?
That's it. There's the one I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one with
Or Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo is probably one of his more underrated movies that everybody could watch.
Yeah.
I'm saying, how did you? First, I've never seen any Scorsese. I'm like, Hugo? You didn't?
Yeah,
that was like a kids movie.
Well, the Muppets got the family crowd.
You just can't make The Irishman your first. I mean, what do you have to? I would hope this person knows who Martin Scorsese is, how important he is to the film community.
Like
and
The Aviator? Like what?
Yeah, or the other 5 Leonardo
like
movies.
Like his later movies.
Yeah.
It's like, have you not even watched like Shark Tale? Like, come on, like, it's like one thing if you're a little young, because there's a lot of them are like young, like late teens, maybe early 20s.
Yeah.
Just finally like moving out on their own. Like that was my thing. It was like once I graduated high school, was making my own money. That's the first thing I wanted to do was like buy movies. I was like, I'm building up my collection. The more I buy, the more I can see.
There you go.
Goals.
I'm like, so I'm thinking maybe that's like what they're doing. So I'm pro that. I'm like, dude, if that's your thing, I don't care how shitty your page is. Like that's cool. But it's like you should lie. You should lie. You should say that you've seen some Scorsese movies. Like,
or just say you're familiar with him. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like one thing if you're a little young and maybe you haven't seen Taxi Driver.
Right.
Okay. But it's like you didn't watch The Wolf of Wall Street. Like that movie was everywhere. Like you didn't see it. You didn't even look into it.
That's one of my favorite trailers. Just because of that Kanye song.
So you never watched
the editing.
Like nobody in your life talked about The Departed enough that you were like, I should check this out.
Yeah, even his more, like you said, his more modern movies. It's weird. I don't know.
Shutter Island.
I guess yeah, it's got to be that. Most I think you probably hit it on the head. Most of the cinephiles, film community people, just probably under a certain age, and just not aware of. But then again, I guess we're talking about a person in particular. They're obviously aware of Martin Scorsese. They're obviously aware of the Irishman movie that's coming out. So
why?
Yeah, exactly. You know, when you're planning on making this be your first movie, this will probably be it doesn't have to be. It's 2 months.
You could have watched 3 movies today and been like, I love Scorsese. I've seen 3 films. I've seen Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, and Casino. I'm a big Scorsese fan. It's like, oh, good for you. Good flicks. Good flicks.
Watch the movies based on the cast of The Irishman. Watch Goodfellas. Watch Casino.
Mean Streets.
Mean Streets.
Raging Bull.
Like,
there you go.
Goodfellas, Casino. And then I was like, well, Gangs of New York. That's not really a mob movie. And then I was like, The Departed. But none of them are in that.
And something I want to watch. It seems to have a lot of parallels with this movie. The King of Comedy seems to have a lot of parallels with Joker, just from the previews.
Yeah.
One of his more.
I've heard that meets Taxi Driver.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Oh, did y'all see like that screenshot that was released and everybody's freaking out? Is this paying homage to Jack Nicholson's Joker? It's drawn Robert De Niro on the wall because he's the host of that show.
Yes. And I got one for you. A lot of people forget he directed this. Martin Scorsese, Color of Money.
Oh no, that's on my list. And I'm gonna watch The Hustler the day before that.
I'm not doing all that.
Oh no, I go extra.
Like I want to. It's like I want to do all of these things, but then I'm like, so I've got to do. Like it gives me a headache just thinking about it. And it's like I don't need to do this Halloween thing that I do every year. Mm-hmm. That's on me. I decide to do that, but I'm starting in like a week the longest consecutive binge that I've ever done, and I'm not excited for it. And then I'm going to do, like, the View Askew binge. I'm going to do Terminator. That's all going to, like, be on top of all the stuff. Not to mention, like, TV shows that I'm going to watch. Like,
It's so hard.
and it's like the chasing the clouds. It's like, who am I even doing this for? It's like I feel like the Joker. I'm looking in the mirror, like, who am I even entertaining?
Doing this for the cause.
But it's fun. It like keeps me entertained. It keeps me like feeling like I have an outlet to.
It just fills the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm halfway between. I'm almost halfway done with season 3 Fear the Walking Dead, and just like between going to the movies and like I'm about to like have a big like work shift transition. It's so hard to keep up with.
Dude, the first episode of season 3 was crazy, right? Like the ending, it was like, whoa.
I already don't remember. Is that the Travis episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but anyway, yeah. Season 3 is kind of slow.
And like my October is like between Going Home and Todd Phillips and Terminator. I'm barely watching any like legit horror movies this October.
It's like I thought about it. I was like, I could just take a breather. I could just do, or like a couple years ago, I did just one movie a night. And I was like, I could do that, or at least post that. And if I fall behind, just catch up on the weekend or something. They won't know. Then I was like, no, I'm just gonna.
But I'm with you.
Cram
on the Terminator.
Like, yeah, Terminator. Like a must. It's like I go through, make my list, and I'm like, well, Terminator's here. This is here.
Now, let me ask you this, Nick. Terminator. Are you watching? Including the Terminator Chronicles.
The show.
Yeah.
I have like, wasn't it only 2 seasons?
I'll be back.
I had seasons.
No problem. Uh-oh.
Damn, keep going.
Was it 2 or 3?
I think it was 2. Because I owned 2. I don't.
And it ended. Didn't it end on a cliffhanger? God dog it.
Probably, yeah. But
the View Askew, I'm with that. Terminator View Askew, and I think I'm gonna be doing something on Eddie Murphy.
It's like I want to.
Yeah, he seemed to be priming himself for this comeback with the Netflix movie, the Netflix deal coming to America.
It's like Christmas time rolls around, and I just want to cram Christmas movies. I'm just like one of those dudes. I'm like, I just want to feed myself all the Christmas movies. But then I've got all these other stuff, including a long one, and then I'm gonna have to watch Jumanji.
And I got one for you on Halloween. Going back, a friend of mine just texted this, and I want your. Technically, no, he was wrong, in my opinion, but I want to see what you got to think about it. So, there's just a lot of details he was wrong about. He was talking about Batman Forever.
Yes.
And he said, is Batman Forever a Halloween movie because it's set during Halloween? And I'm like, one, it's not set during Halloween. It is Halloween one day. But even before that, that's an hour and 40 minutes into the movie, and even before that, a lot of time passes. Because Edward Nygma has to get famous and build a machine, and day and night happens a lot. So no, it's not set, and it's not important to the plot.
I feel like Batman Returns is more of a Christmas movie than Batman Forever
is Halloween. Yeah, it's not a Halloween movie at all.
This conversation took a turn.
He's coming back like, what the hell are y'all talking about? But yeah, I was like, no, that's that's totally. And then it's that everlasting. It pops up every year, but it's so simple to figure out. The Christmas movie arguments.
Die Hard.
Namely Die Hard, which is a Christmas movie.
Yes. It's like integral, maybe not integral, but yeah, it's integral to the plot. I have a machine gun, ho ho ho.
Yeah.
That doesn't work if it's not at Christmas time.
I'm like, the way I saved Lethal Weapon for like my very last Christmas movie last year so I could watch the sequels in January, like a super uber geek. I
almost did that last year with Die Hard.
I'm doing that with Die Hard this year.
And I was like, a Die Hard's more middle of the. That was kind of end with the same ones. I almost did it with Die Hard last year.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll.
And it's I have almost a less than a 6 degree connection to the screenwriter of the original Die Hard. So no, I'm tell you. So Jeb Stewart is a professor. He's a writing professor, and my sister is one of his students. And she straight out everybody always asked him, but she personally asked him, did you write this literally this way? You and Steven, because his co-writer was Stephen D. D'Souza, however you say that.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, did you all write it specifically like this? And he said, yes.
Hell yeah, we did.
So Bruce Willis on his roast was full of shit.
He said, why are they in the damn building?
It's Christmas party. It's like what other reason? It's like you have to rethink.
Yes.
It's integral to the plot. And it's not, but like it is. It changes the dynamic of the movie.
And the fact that it's mentioned throughout the movie and this Halloween thing that my friend was talking about, Batman Forever, it's literally only a half of a scene and it's never mentioned again before or after.
It's like,
is it really? When Riddler and Two-Face have the masks, trick.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's the only Halloween mention in that whole movie?
Exactly.
Wow.
But it's like Shane Black, like every movie he directed used to take place at Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Specifically, like even Iron Man 3, but then The Predator was at Halloween.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of a Halloween movie, if you think about it. I don't think about it.
No, I try not to think about that movie in any way.
But, yeah, I always thought that was weird, because even Iron Man 3 was, like, at Christmas.
Yeah.
I have your next Desert Island lineup.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Stocky mushrooms.
Yep.
I actually kind of like The Predator. Now that I'm thinking it, like, I didn't hate it. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. I wouldn't hate more Predator. That's what, like, I want to know what Disney's gonna end up doing with those huge Fox franchises.
Yeah, reboot them.
It's like they aren't even that huge for Fox. It's like Alien, the last Alien, didn't do that great. Did fine. The last Predator didn't do that great.
Are they gonna let Ridley do another Alien?
Yeah.
Yeah, complete his prequel trilogy.
Does he even want to? At this point,
I think he does.
I don't know. It's like it didn't do that great, and like I feel like Prometheus did well, but like people didn't love it for like that same reason where like I don't think it was what they thought it was going to be.
Right.
So it's like
I really like both of them. They're not messing with the first two, of course, but I really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked the last Alien
and I want that in between Prometheus and Covenant.
That would confuse anybody.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, I know.
It's me just thinking about it. I'm like, wait, what?
So what was the Desert Island thingy?
The Predator, Dark Phoenix, and I didn't have a third, Serenity.
Oh, yeah, throw Serenity back in there.
Serenity's that running gag on the Rec League podcast.
Yeah, it's a running gag on Earth.
Gag of a movie.
It killed the reconnaissance.
Oh man,
I think reconnaissance is safe because it's not like he's only done good movies since then.
Yeah, and it's really going to be safe.
Like, very true.
I think he read the script and like took it seriously. Where it's like I can't imagine him reading like Failure to Launch and thinking this is it. This is gonna
that thing around. Gold's whatever.
Fool's
What's the name
Gold.
of that movie?
Fool's
Gold.
Fast.
God, he was really trapped in rom-com hell in the 2000s, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had a run. Like you talk about like women being like the romantic comedy queens or whatever. He was like the king.
Well, it was like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Jinxton.
Yeah, he did like The Wedding Planner with Joell. Like he did that.
That was the start.
He read that script and was like, "This is me."
He read that zero on that check.
Yeah. I like that
Sahara.
Jennifer Lopez.
He did Sahara. That was about it. That was like the bump in the middle where he. But he did Frailty. I don't know if anybody saw Frailty.
Oh yeah, directed.
That was
by
another one
Great.
of those. I was way too young to watch it, and I didn't understand what I was seeing in movies that I haven't seen since.
Mm-hmm.
It's super duper underrated.
Yeah, it's a good one.
R.I.P. Bill Paxton.
Yep. But no, without spoiling it, you're gonna see Matthew McConaughey in a movie that the both of y'all are gonna watch very recently. You'll see.
I'm not watching that.
you don't know that he's gonna be in it, so that's the spoiler part of it.
If I really thought about the next few months, I might be able to guess.
I don't even want to guess unless it's Cats.
He's really Palpatine.
I don't even care.
No, it's not even. It's available. It's gonna be on Netflix. That's the only clue.
Well, it's cats.
See,
I'm
now
not
that's where I got you. Because if I'm behind on anything, it's Netflix movies.
Oh damn!
I try to stay on top. Netflix has too much content. Like,
Yeah.
they will be like available now on Netflix, a movie starring Chris Evans on a boat, and I'm like,
Anybody watch that damn movie?
did
No.
this even come out? It's not like The Irishman, which is like I feel like people know is
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then they come to teasing these great.
I'm going to make
Tall
time for
grass.
The Irishman.
Yeah, you got to carve that out.
And it's like, I know that's coming, but they put out movies like every day.
Yeah.
Too
Mhm.
much.
SNL did a rare funny sketch.
Oh, rare funny sketch.
They did the Netflix Infinite Scroll is a crazy spoof, and they had a lady come into a pitch meeting. She's like, "Well, this movie stars a girl," and the Netflix executive throwing money. Yes, go make it.
Yeah. That's what it's like. It's like everybody's like, if you haven't watched this yet, you're missing out.
Yeah.
It's like, I've never heard of this until this moment. Like,
And they
just-
said it's one show
oh,
that only one person watches.
Yeah.
yeah. Like, certain movies come and like catch on, like Always Be My Maybe. Like, people talked about that a lot, and then I saw
Yeah.
advertisements for it, and I was like, okay, yeah. They're
And
like,
what sold that one?
Keanu. Duh.
Yeah, they knew is hot with John Wick. Yeah,
It was funny. It was like they hyped it up, and then there'll be like, for every one movie they hype up, there's like 10 that
yeah.
I'm like,
And what's his name? Took off. The Bird Box was just astronomical.
yeah. It's like they
Like,
hyped it up.
Social
That
media
wasn't-
got his hands on that, and it just went crazy.
It had its
Yeah.
moment in the sun.
Yeah,
It really did.
but yeah, it's little in between. What's his name? Anthony Mackie has a movie with Crossbones. I forget his
Frank
name.
Grillo.
Frank Grillo, and it's just like, damn, where are these movies? Shit. And even Chadwick Boseman, a couple of years ago, right before Black Panther, he came out with a movie where he was looking for his sister. Yeah, looking right. What is the name of that? The King's something.
Speech.
This big speech. People forget he was the king.
Oh, it's some movie. It was just it's the King something. I have to look for it. But yeah, it's like you said. Well, for every one movie, it's just 10. What the hell's?
Yeah.
And there's so many shows that I'm like, no way.
Message from the King came out 2016.
Now that sounds familiar.
That's
Yeah.
movie. Nope.
Who hears that title and was like, oh yeah, Black Panther looking for his sister?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. That's
Bro,
how I just
what?
literally described it to someone, I think.
I don't know. There's that one coming out with Timothy Chalamet playing a king. And it kind of got a trailer and all this stuff, like Robert Pattinson's in it.
Uh-oh.
I feel like people might watch that. But it's like a lot of these movies I don't see trailers for. I don't see hype for any of the shows that they put out. Like, they're just kind of there. Then when a season of Stranger Things comes on, it's like on billboards.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
everywhere.
season 3, man, they have product placement tie-ins, and it was a big deal.
Burger
They
King
get
Coke.
in cat on like in their toy section was
Yeah,
all Stranger Things, and I really wanted to take the little cardboard.
but that's a bread and butter show, so you gotta.
I dump your ass.
And honestly, we could probably talk about that.
They should have advertised Master of None that way. If more people would have watched it, and there'd have been a third season by now.
Yeah. I think that's more so Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
But still,
They spoke to him about that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has like Chappelle Show like crediting
Yeah.
and clout as far that's like
Did you
the
see
word
what
of the
happened
day.
when the second season? He, I got to give credit to him as a filmmaker. He went to Italy. He learned how to speak
Something like that.
different
yeah.
language and filmed it. And I like the way The Boys. Did we watch The Boys?
Homeland
Oh, no, Nick,
Homelander is my homeboy.
watch The Boys.
I wanted to watch that. I wanted to watch The Umbrella Academy like way back.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'll
I'm
get
still
them.
seeing that.
And I just didn't ever.
Yeah.
I'm so behind.
The
Can't
book-
now.
The Boys
But
is
speaking
great.
to, it is really great. But the Masters of None and shows like Masters of None, The Boys, I've noticed these filmmakers are starting to do something a lot of TV shows usually don't do. TV shows are usually filmed 16:9. It's a matted widescreen. But look at The Boys. The Boys is filmed in a cinematic widescreen.
Dude, I
And you
watched it
see
on
a-
my phone.
Did you see it on your phone? You see the black bars are more prominent
Yeah.
because it's more a cinematic style. And Masters of None did this, and there's a couple other shows that I can't think of right offhand. And it's just, I don't know, I just like that cinematic look.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
But yeah, Nick, watch The Boys.
Clearly.
Nick, The Boys, watch it tonight.
It's like there's all kinds of stuff. Like you're just scrolling and you see all this. It's like the guy who directed Drive has a show on Amazon Prime. They
And I heard that's great,
it
yeah.
up at all, but it's just on there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I would watch
I
that.
forgot about that. I've
Miles
heard.
Teller. I'm like, maybe, but I'm not going to like anytime soon. Like I have no
Yeah,
Right? Like,
Part.
within the next
Too much.
5 years, I'll finally watch Jack Ryan.
Which was good.
Yeah.
I watched that. Season
I
2 they
still
came out with a
watch
trailer
it.
with.
I don't want to pick it back up. Like eventually, I'll watch The Handmaid's Tale. Like eventually, like my sister's gonna tell me for the millionth time to watch it. I'll be like, okay, just turn it on like that day, and I'll love it. But no, I'm gonna rewatch Breaking Bad. That's
Yeah. That's
But I'm
priority.
Can't even fault you, though. See, that's another one, like El Camino. I'm going to make sure I watch that.
Yes, that's why I'm doing this whole thing.
And they're releasing that in
Dude, October
the Alamo
11th.
Draft Houses are releasing that in theaters.
Oh,
I don't know if
really?
any other theaters are doing it.
I wish.
Probably not.
Dude, like, my theater rarely gets anything cool, but they're getting this, like, Friends 25th anniversary thing.
What the hell is that? I think I
I'll
asked you
go.
this before. What is this supposed? Is it supposed to be
It's
just
like,
a
it's
retrospective, a new show?
Nah, it's 3 separate nights. They're showing 4 different episodes each night. And as far as anything else, I don't know. But I'm gonna try to support it just so my theater gets more cool stuff.
It'd
Yeah.
probably be fun. Like if you were there. Like that's the thing about like I've only been to a few of these like Fathom events things, but they're always fun because like the people that show up, like genuinely want to be at the
Oh, yeah.
place. Like it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna check out the Goldfinch. It's like the other day I saw the Rob Zombie movie, and it was like you could tell,
The biggest group
They
of
were
weirdos in
there.
Virginia.
yeah, like not even weirdos. It was just like a thick cigarette scent within the whole thing. I was like, these guys are a real deal. Like they're here to see this movie for real. Like people like clapping and shit. And I was like, all right, they like murders.
It's like murder.
I'm like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
saw
I'm happy. I'm glad
Alex-
Phantom events exist.
Yeah. My
That's
theaters around me don't get them very often. But when they do, it's like I like to see what. At least check it out. I'm like,
So
it's
we
like
going
the
to see.
finale of The Walking Dead once.
Um,
It's just people dressed up. And I was all of a sudden I was like, wow, this is more fun than usual.
is the Jane Silent Bob reboot coming to y'all theaters?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Hell yeah. I got
Oh, you serious? Damn.
kind of smoke smell in the air on that one.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
It won't be
No, there is.
cigarettes.
Yeah. And we spoke about the different ticket prices for the Jane Silent Bob tour.
Oh yeah, like he'll be in San Antonio on that tour, but there's no way I'm paying no $200.
It's $50 tickets.
He's coming down the street to a theater. It's a theater that my old band actually played at once, so I kind of feel cool. But I was like, it's in February, and all it really is showing the movie and then like maybe talking a little bit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if by then I'm going to really care because I will have seen the movie already. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, in October.
if it was him doing like a stand-up or like a retrospect like talk or something like that, like maybe.
Yeah. But knowing Kevin Smith, that's probably what it would turn into.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I also think like the Fathom events, like It was like they did the ad for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, and it was like $15, little man. Tickets are on sale now. And I was like, oh, that's adorable. $15 is still way too expensive. I was like, oh, cute joke. Way too expensive to go see a movie in the theater. I had a gift card anyway. But they're like, look, we said the thing. Look, it's a joke. And I was like,
oh man.
We played on your nostalgia.
Movie. Do what?
So we played on your nostalgia. Buy it here.
Yeah. I was like, oh, you're cute. It's not going to be that good.
Oh yeah. But yes. Now that's we covered a lot just shooting the stuff.
Right. I tried to steer this in some kind of way, and then like that first hour broke, and then like the second 45 minutes has been casual conversation.
Yes, which is good in the film community.
Yeah. This is Rec League Podcast. This is the tone of Rec League Podcast. Organized chaos.
Yeah. It's like we have all these thoughts going on in our heads for 2 weeks at a time, and I'm like, you know what really sucked about Dark Phoenix?
I did.
Existing.
On here. Jessica Chastain is not on the cover.
But oh yeah, coming into the fall season, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have plenty specific topics.
I feel like as much like American trash as I love the summer movie season, it's gonna be like these last 4 months of the year that really like mold my favorite movies of the year list.
That's when all the Oscar movies come out. And
then award season.
The top 10 is suddenly Oscars.
I don't care as much about those though.
I try to keep it. I try to like look. I look at my list like when I make them, and I like really analyze them. And I'm like, okay, like are we considering this? Are we considering this? Are we considering that this might not have been as good as I thought it was? Like, and then I try to do it, but I typically don't really change things around.
I'm pretty sure like Aladdin is still chilling like in my top 12 to 15 right now.
It's pretty high on mine. It was like last year I went back and forth Paddington 2 like 1,000 times. I saw that in the theater, and I was like, that might have been the best movie I've ever seen. And then like I put it in my like list, and it never moved like all year. It came out real beginning of the year. It like never moved, and I kept going back and forth. I was like, do I really have Paddington 2 sitting above like all these like great like these huge movies like The Incredibles 2? Like, am I really like thinking Paddington 2? It just never moved. I was like, fuck you. It was great.
Yes, but no, definitely.
Because I feel like
gonna be
Joker's gonna be in there. I feel like Zombieland could be in there. And then you got your Irishman. You got Knives Out. I've been meaning to bring up that Knives Out trailer for like 20 minutes. Because I feel like Chris Evans is just gonna steal that whole movie.
Yeah, he's definitely primed to do it. He's looking good.
And then Star Wars is gonna be in there.
I saw the Knives Out trailer yesterday in front of Rambo, and like I immediately thought, I was like, I want to go back and just rewatch like Brick and like Looper, and I was like, I don't have time. I don't want to do it.
Looper's so good.
It really is.
But even fun in the award season are the dark horses, and I think even without seeing the movie, the Joker is most likely going to be a dark horse. But then again, what it has going for it, the Academy likes Joaquin Phoenix.
It's going to be like a white and green and purple and red horse.
I feel like the movie isn't going to do shit. I feel like Joaquin Phoenix will probably, it's almost like an early lock for a nomination.
Yeah, like Todd Phillips is going to get no nominations. Nobody's going to bat an eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're already saying J-Lo is like the front runner to win supporting actress. I'm like, are we
probably front runner to get nominated
in September?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are we already throwing front runner? Yeah. That's like one of those performances. It's like I'll see movies, I'll see a great performance where I'm like, wow, they were perfect in that role. Like, what a great performance. But like awards contention won't even cross my mind. Like, I'll just be like, they were great in that role. Like, to me, that's what Hustlers was. Like, I thought it was a really good movie. I thought J-Lo was like pretty much flawless, like playing that role. But had there not already been so much buzz, like watching it, I wouldn't have even thought like, oh, that was awards. That was awards where I'd have been like.
And remember, sometime buzz could actually be ruin your chance.
Mm-hmm.
Too much buzz. But no, I mean, speaking of that, Brad Pitt and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think he has the better performance in the movie, and he could probably throw him a Best Supporting Actor nod. You know, it was Leo's movie. What's that?
It's an understated performance.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's great.
And some people don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather watch that than Bohemian Rhapsody for like the 50th time.
Yeah, that's it.
Get me. Don't even get me started.
And those are some of the best performances, I think. Those understated style.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Jonah Hill in Moneyball. And I'm like, did he really deserve an Academy Award nomination for that?
Well, he and Brad Pitt were both pretty just like mellow. I remember thinking Moneyball was like fine.
Yeah.
Rewatch it. I haven't rewatched it. It feels unfair to talk about Moneyball.
Right. It's been a while.
But in comparison to Jonah Hill's second Oscar nomination, you see the differences in the performances. Talk about the showy. Right. That's
way more showy. But
spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen Scorsese movies.
Yeah. I know they're out there.
Definitely. But yeah, we should have a lot of fun in the fall movie season. I can't wait when we start getting deeper into it, pretty much.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And there's one more thing I wanted to bring up.
People make this the last thing.
Oh, cool. It Chapter 2. People seem to be real shocked that Bill Hader was a good actor.
He's good in everything.
Yeah.
I've noticed this. He's been good for like over 10 years.
He's
like
one of those Paul Rudd guys that makes almost everything he's in better.
Yeah.
And it's one thing I want to recommend with that a lot of people who's like, oh, wow, he can do serious role. And I'm like, have y'all not seen Barry?
Barry's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
A lot of people are asleep on that show. I'm like, yeah, no shit, he's good.
So good. And he did a movie a few years ago called The Skeleton Twins.
I knew one of y'all was going to bring that up.
Kristen Wiig.
I was working my way to it, yeah.
And he was really good.
And
good,
you know, people definitely don't sleep on that. But yeah, I'm like, since we're talking about performances, he should get nominated for an Oscar for It Chapter 2. No.
And he was feared in Inside Out, lest y'all forget.
He was scared the whole movie.
The whole movie.
But he'll win an Emmy tonight for Barry, which is great. But it's like, yeah, it's like one of the that's a good example of like It too. It's like I thought he and the dude that played Eddie were like great. Like they stole that whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the performances across the board were like really good, but like at once did I ever think this is Oscar worthy? No.
It's like, a lot of people are just used to seeing him in his comedic performances. That's the only way they know Bill Hader.
It's like I thought Will Smith in Aladdin was like next level good. Like even more people thought like I thought he was good. I thought he did a commendable job. I was like, no, he was.
You know what? He could probably run him for a push for supporting actor. That'd be.
I think so. Like that came to my mind with that. I was like, if they campaigned, I might vote for him. I was like,
I think Disney has a little money to campaign with. I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. We were talking about understated performances and this and that, but
maybe we'll do that towards the end of the year. Just do like a whole movie recap of like things that were underappreciated.
Oh yeah,
you know what's underappreciated? Avengers Endgame.
But yeah, let's put a cap on it. Hope y'all dug the organized chaos. I think when I come back, we gonna cover more of the Antonio Brown circus. But a couple months ago, Nick brought up like the next episode will be in October. So Nick brought up doing something horror related. So we'll spitball on that. And now he has no idea what he was talking about. But Rec League Podcast, man. All right, man. Like I told y'all, man, organized chaos. We are on to sports now, And I don't want to spend too much time on Antonio Brown. He got accused of, I don't know if it's like sexual assault, misconduct, so I don't know, something more aggressive and criminal. And then a second person spoke out, woman. I don't remember if she was. I don't remember how it occurred, man. Like, 'cause I'm not keeping up with anything Antonio Brown anymore, man. He got signed by the Patriots. He got cut like last week. And every time a reporter wants to bring up Antonio Brown, Bill Belichick want to get all butthurt. Like he's too entitled to answer questions about a player that was on his team a week ago. It's like, bro, like, I'm to the point, like, if you are a Patriots fan, like, I just question your character. Like, they're just so scummy. And it's like, and apparently Antonio Brown don't want to play in the NFL no more. And it's nobody's fault. Like, he's out here telling owners do this, owners do that. Like, dude, you made bad decisions. You started worrying about the way that your hair looked more than actually playing. You're the reason the Steelers missed the playoffs last year. And you did the entire Raiders fan base and their team and organization super dirty. And then the most suspect team in the entire NFL just cut you. Like, bro, nobody's gonna sign you, dog. But I mean, like, the other, like, big story in the actual league, like, in actual football, is, like, quarterbacks, man. Like, 2 weeks, basically 3 weeks in at the time I'm recording this, Roethlisberger goes down. We all know Andrew Luck retired. We don't want to talk about that. Drew Brees goes down. Cam Newton missed this week. Eli Manning got benched. The Dolphins benched Ryan Fitzpatrick. I almost said Tannehill. And then I don't know. It's just like, it's crazy turnover in the NFL, man. Like, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are like the only, like, OG quarterbacks that have been safe right now. Mahomes and Lamar Jackson went at it. Jacoby Brissett is not looking bad. Like, everybody's crying about Jacoby taking over for Andrew Luck, man, but he has not been the weak link in the one, like, the Colts are 2-1. Shout out Colts Nation. Love you guys. Colts should be 3-0. I'm glad we're 2-1, but we should be 3-0. And then Dak Prescott about to get paid, man. Cowboys looking strong. But, like, man, just quarterbacks, man. Like, I know it'll become more stable as the season goes on. Like, we'll get used to it. Like, Baker will ball out. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson will keep balling out. And, like, I don't know. I'm just glad football is back. So when I come back, I got some bars, and then after that, we gonna talk a little hip hop, man. Reg League. Yo, I never tried out for varsity, but nobody go as hard as me. Nobody sharp as me. Circle, I represent our city. These dudes want no pizza me. I be clogging arteries. I spit this motherfucking arson free. Rebecca's firstborn, hardest working, his shirt torn. Most observant in the room, staying down to learn more. Chicks only get to meet Peter if she a meat eater. I don't exactly mean that I defeat her when I say I beat her. Not to say that she caught hands either, before y'all get it misconstrued and word spread like wildfire. My style's fire. Had her face in my lap, no pile driver. Meanwhile, liars claim I'm not on the field sporting, but reporting like Morton A. It's an important day. I'm eating when I rhyme as if I had a fork and plate. That's no bulldog, Gordon Hay. Got a loyal chick considering being a whore today. She just itching to get naked. I'm out here on the move, no exceptions. Only way I increase bank and win debit. Ideas pop, then I make it happen once I been said it. Rectly gonna come up like end credits. And to put a cap on this 26th episode of the Rec League Pod, I am going to talk about 2 recently released hip-hop albums, man. They came out on the same day, which was the 30th of August. Damn, but a month ago. So first I'm gonna talk about that Common, that Let Love. It is 11 tracks. He got Danielle Caesar. He got Swiss Beats, BJ the Chicago Kid, Jill Scott, Leon Bridges on it. And it's dope, man. Common delivery is just so smooth. Like, I love bumping Common's music, man. B is a classic. Find It Forever, Universal Mind Control is dope. Then you got his joints from the 90s, man. Can I Borrow a Dollar? Like Water for Chocolate. I think Electric Circus was '02, and people hate on that album. But man, just a couple standouts. Her Love is very dope. He uses all these like current younger hip hop rappers, and that made it sound like I had no idea what I was talking about. But like he flips their names into his bars, and it's just I want to say like it's so creative, man. But it's stupid dope, man. But far and away, my favorite track is Fifth Story. Like, that's some real storyteller stuff, and like you think it's going one way because of what he's saying, and then it takes a turn at the very end. You're hoping for one outcome, but it's like shocking the way it ends. It's just crazy dope. And just like Forever Your Love, Memories of Home, Show Me That You Love, God Is Love. Like, this is a dope album. I'm not saying it's my favorite album of the year. Little Brother still hasn't been topped, but I really, really dig that Common. And then again, dropping August 30th is Joell Ortiz, Monday. Yeah, it dropped on a Friday, but it's called Monday. And you got like Captain, Sip Slow, Champion, Anxiety. Like, all of these tracks are relatable. Learn You, got Big Crit on the chorus. Screens, Jamaican Food, Before Hip Hop, Mama, Grammy. Like, he kills all of it, man. Like, Common got that smooth delivery. Joell Ortiz is so New York that it's dope. Both of these dudes got dope delivery, man. They both got tracks where they're basically like apologizing to their kids for putting music over the kids, and hoping for forgiveness. Excuse me. And like Ortiz talking about, basically he ain't popular enough to win a Grammy, which I get it. He got like Screens is talking about how like kids don't play outside no more. As soon as they come home from school, they just ironically get on the phone, get on the laptop, turn on the TV, turn on a video game. Nobody plays outside. Nobody climbs trees. Like, I get it. He got a song to his mom's that's real dope. This is a strong push to bump Little Brother as my favorite album of the year, but this is my number 2. I think for 2019 right now, my favorite albums go Little Brother, Joell Ortiz, Common. I hope that y'all bumping them both. I hope that y'all bumping some dope hip hop, man. You want to get in on the conversation, whether it's movies, whether it's sports, whether it's hip hop. Drop a comment, man. Hit me on the voice message, whether you on Twitter, whether you on Facebook, man. Give us your thoughts on anything that was discussed on this episode, man. And that's it. Rec League Podcast episode 26, man. So just chill until the next episode.